2:30, so I think we'll get started. A couple more people are filing in. This meeting is really the same meeting that we've done in the past, kind of talking to you about what the preparation needs to be and letting you know that we are here. We've already started the staff side of this. Yesterday we all had conference calls and started the planning, so I think we're all aware this is probably going to be about one of the worst hurricanes at this time that has hit our area. So we need to plan for this. We need to make sure we're prepared. So I did the call today. The first step was I told everybody to clear out, call the front desk to make sure if you had anything on your lanai, electronics, those things that cannot get wet, to put in your work order now. We cannot be doing that while we're in the midst of the storm and we have the rainfalls and there could be some floods and someone's calling and saying my TV's on the lanai. So today is the day to start doing that, okay? So I let everybody know that first thing. Get your work orders in yesterday, okay? The next thing is we want everybody to make sure they're getting their supplies now. Okay, so we've talked about this in the past, and again, the day of, people are, oh, I forgot to get batteries in my lantern. So now is the time to check your supplies. Okay, you want to make sure your lanterns are working, your battery backups are working, all of your supplies are in good shape. So that's if you need help or you have any questions, this is the time that we have, to dedicate to getting prepared. So if you again need any assistance with your supplies, give us a call. So anybody with higher levels of care, if you're on oxygen, we've already reached out to a lot of you already to get you over to the health center in case of emergency. If we lose power, those oxygen concentrators are not going to work. So anybody that has any concerns about needing any kind of medical equipment during the storm, you need to reach out to Kelly Clark right away, and she can work to get you over to the healthcare center. So again, we're still repairing some of the lanais from one of the last water storms that we had. So we want to make sure that you report if you have any water in your apartment previously. We're working to make sure to prevent that from happening again. As water comes in, we're going to try to be as prepared as possible again as we were the last storm where we had towels on each floor, we had wet backs ready. So the goal is to try to be as prepared as possible and make sure that when that water comes in, we're right there to get it up and clean it for you. So at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's not when the power goes out, it is the power will go out. So we all want to make sure that when the power fails, the plan is to go ahead and turn off or disconnect all of your motor-driven appliances, electronics, your fixtures, anything that could be damaged from sudden surges when the power is restored. This is when you're going to turn on your lanterns and get your lights going. This is when if you have water containers that need to be filled, if you want to have your bathtub filled, or if you want to have like a big pan for extra water for toilet flushing, all of that needs to be done ahead of time as well. So the last thing is, we have no governance over Duke Energy, so please refrain from calling the front desk or maintenance about the power outage. So when the power goes out, I will try to do that call them all to let you know it is a community outage. It is everywhere, not just you. So as much as everybody loves to get on the phone and call Duke and complain, that the power is out, it doesn't always do very good to have 500 residents calling Duke at the same time. So we will keep you posted as we know more when the power goes out. So everyone's suggested supply list is the water, the non-perishable food items for several days. We will still serve in the dining room. We might have to change and go to a buffet style. That's one of the areas that the emergency lighting covers is the dining room, but we won't be able to run full service. So what will happen is our plan B is always to do buffet style, or plan C, I think, is to deliver right to your rooms. So again, we'll continue to communicate with you as to what the options are for food, but again, have your things ready. This is a great time to clean out the refrigerator. Make sure, again, your flashlights, your batteries, everything's working. We have fresh batteries. I think I shared this last storm when my power went out a couple days ago. I had corroded batteries. My lanterns didn't do any good. So check them now. Your prescription medications, eyeglasses, hearing aids, all of that stuff needs to be, charged in a safe place that you can get to if you need it. Any of your sanitation or hygiene products, we want to make sure we've got plenty of those on supply or in your stock, because Amazon won't be able to deliver us probably Thursday. We went through a couple days where the US mail stopped, Amazon stopped, all the deliveries stopped. So it's better for you to have those supplies ahead of time. If you need help with that, probably let Kelly know. Again, your backup batteries, make sure those are charged. If you're leaving, make sure you have a full tank of gasoline. But if you were leaving, I would hope that you'd be on the road before now. Otherwise, you're just gonna sit there. But if you do leave, make sure that you do tell the front desk. It's always important anytime anybody ever goes out to report to the front desk when you're leaving and also when you return. And then just make sure you have pet supplies too. If you have a cat, dog, bird, make sure that you have enough supplies to take care of that over the next few days. So if the power goes out, we do have the emergency generators, but they're not going to control any power in your personal apartment. So you will have darkness in your apartment, no TV, no radio, so don't call the front desk when your TV doesn't work because there's no power, okay? So we will have one elevator in each building. That's in the north building. The main elevator is the one behind the north front desk. It is working. That is up and working today. The gentleman is here. I'm not doing FOMO yet, but that is working just fine so far, knock on wood. In the south building, it is the one that is to the far right. So if power goes down, the elevator, when you're standing there looking at the banks, the right-hand side, that will be the one that continues to work. Our fire alarm panel, so again, that lets us know if there's any kind of smoke or heat detected in the apartment. Our business phones to the front desk. Our emergency call send-em, so those are your life alert buttons and the pull cords in your bathroom. Those run through a pager system, so those will continue to work. Our food service kitchen equipment, so we do have a refrigerator, freezer, and some of our food service equipment that will continue to work, so we will be able to serve you meals during a power outage. And then we do have limited power at both front desk, and we have some triage arrangements. So again, nobody's going to have any power in your apartment. That is up to you to plan and prepare to make sure that you have what you need. So this is just a radar of what things are looking like. So it looks like you can see Tampa, we're kind of in a direct line there. It's still pretty early to tell. We never really know. It depends on wind speeds. A little while ago we were saying it was hooking south, now it's going back north again. So it is really hard to tell where this is going to land, but we do know from this that we are in a danger zone. So we do want to make sure that everybody's prepared. You have your bags packed. Ooh, making y'all dizzy there. There we go. I'm going to leave it alone now. That's kind of what I wanted to see. So, that is, the cone as to where they're saying that the hit is going to be right to the Tampa Bay area. You can see Clearwater's part of that, south. I mean, we always hope that it's going to go in another direction. Unfortunately, it looks like, there's not really a safe place in the Tampa Bay area. We all saw the surges that happened last time with the storm. So, the best plan of action we have right now is to just go ahead and plan and prepare for the worst. So that's why too, it's really important if you live on the 5th and the 4th floors, the wind speeds, if they get above 75 miles per hour, that is when you're gonna have to come down to the 3rd and 2nd floor. So this is that time to get to know your neighbors really well. Say, hey, if the wind speed's above 75, can I come hang out with you for a little bit? Otherwise, you'll be in the hallways and the common areas of the 2nd and 3rd floor. So again, we'll continue to update you when we see the wind speeds start to get up to 75 miles an hour, and that needs to happen. Hopefully, we'll do a call them all. If we don't have power, then we're going to be knocking on your doors. We do have floor captains assigned to each floor so that there will be constant communication. If the power goes out, we'll still be able to be in touch with you. You just have to open your door and come out in the hallway, and someone will be there to assist you. So we do have, I was going to say, how many staff members are we at this point?
Quite a few.
Yeah, more than last time.
Everything works great until the power goes out, like Betsy said, and it is going to go out. So here's what I want you to do when the power does go out. I want you to shelter in place. Stay in your apartment, and we, meaning all staff, there's gonna be a floor of associates coming door to door to knock on your door, see if you're all right. Stick your head out if you need to know what's going on. If it's been a little while or a little quiet, head to the elevator, but let's not inundate the elevators. Please stay on your floor, shelter in place. We will come door to door. There's lots of folks here that are gonna see what your needs are. And, you know, here's the thing, if it happens at 8 p.m. at night, we'll check on you by morning. If the power's not on, we're gonna be checking on you. We're gonna be bringing you a breakfast or water. We'll have more details on how we're going to get food to you so that you're able to eat 3 meals a day. You're not necessarily gonna have to come down to the dining room. We will probably be delivering at least 1 hot meal. We will have more information on that tomorrow, okay? But just rest assured, please shelter in your apartment. Stick your head out. We will be there to answer any questions, any concerns, get you anything that you need. So we will keep you communicated. Go to the main elevator and we may have a placard there that says what's going on and what to expect if you've missed our knock on the door, okay? So the other part of that Darwin will have more information and do another meeting for is those folks that are on the 5th and 4th floor, like Betsy said. Darwin's the engineer, he's gonna make the call. It's a sustained wind, sustained. It could be short, could be a couple hours, it's maybe moving faster, we just don't know. So we'll stay on top of that. And like Betsy said, if you happen to know your neighbor below you, now's the time to maybe get to know them and knock on your door and say, hey, can I come sit on the couch for a few hours and get you, because interior hallways are going to be the safest. And for those who may have been here a long time ago when you had to evacuate into the hallways, we did just that. We just did not have to evacuate down. Now we are required to evacuate down. So we have chairless lifts to help you up and down the stairs. All the more reason, please do not use the elevators unless it's an emergency. We will have staff on the floors to help you for what you need. So, cook any food that's in your refrigerator now, anything that's perishable, cook it so that you can, maybe freeze it, eat it later. We will take care of you. Shelter in place, we'll get you what you need. Please don't inundate the front desk or use the elevators. Obviously, if there is an emergency, use your cell phone, call 911, pull your cord, run it, get us in the hallway. We are here to help with emergency situations. So there'll just be a lot of staff walking around.
I'm sorry, I don't know you. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Sherry, the Director of Financial Services. Okay? First floor will be fine. We're 85 feet above sea level. We are not anticipating any type of water intrusion in respect of the ground. Your lanais will get wet. They will get wet, okay? We know where the towels are to possibly, but to do cleanup and shop vacs, we have to get through the height of the storm. A little bit of water will get taken care of eventually, okay? Darwin, you want to talk about what?
Yeah, I just want to make sure we focus. If you have any items that you want to get moved, any electronics, now is the time to do that. Please let us know ahead of time. And please make sure you got batteries. You guys recharge your batteries and be ready for it. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a long week, so just be prepared for it. We're here to help. We just need you guys to cooperate too.
And we are on the power grid where we are one of the first responders. We can't, Duke knows that this is a retirement community, so we will be one of the first. But this is a devastating area. It could still be quite some time, okay? Quite some time without power, just because of the devastation in the whole county.
Hi there, I'm Kyle. I just wanted to, Duke has sent a message just preparing us for extended delays for power outages. It came from Duke and Tico saying, just be prepared that power outages will be extended at this time because they're still trying to deal with the devastation from Helene as well. So just be prepared for an extended outages at this time. So
If you have a bathtub, fill it up with water to help flushing in case we have a water scenario. You know, where you've all heard what's happened over the last week.
I live in the Regency bubble.
There were some, okay. Couple quick questions.
I'll come around.
All right, we got John over here.
Do the wall sockets in the hallway work when?
No. No.
What?
No independent living outlets are active.
They're not on the generator.
They are not on the generator.
Is the water supply dependent on electricity? We do not have bathtubs in our unit.
No, not necessarily. That's if you have a bathtub, sometimes it helps in case we have a water issue, but we'll help you through that. It's just kind of a best practice, not a have to.
I have a suggestion. That if you have a cell phone, it might be the time now to take a video of the inside, the interior of your unit, inside the closets, inside drawers, just so that you have a record of what you own now, because trying to remember it all. It doesn't go
Exactly.
very far.
So here's probably also what's gonna happen, are the cell towers are gonna go down. Okay, they're gonna get blown over, it's gonna be very, very difficult to possibly reach family members. The internal staff, we're using a Zello app to help, it's on a radio frequency, just like your pendants are, etc. Your family members, we've already emailed and sent a text them all, have them check the website for updates. So if you're gonna be in please be in communication with your family before, the end of day tomorrow. Let them know that cell towers will probably be down. Check our website. We've already sent them information. Get the Zello app if you want to. Just gonna help with some communication. But the towers are gonna go down and it's gonna be very difficult to call out.
I have a question. For people who've had their lanais glassed in, can we assume that the water will stay out?
No. Water will come in.
Even when it's glass?
Most likely, in these types of storms, I'm sorry to say that it finds a way in. So have some towels and we will assist with the cleanup.
Okay, I just wondered if our beautiful friends from the 5th and the 4th floor come down to the 3rd, would we have, and they have an all-nighter, are any of those beds that we have, for guests available to, if it's
So right now, we are utilizing all of the vacant apartments that have nothing in them for our families and our associates and their families so they can be here to work and provide services. So make friends with your neighbors, please. This is a crisis. It's a great time to come together to support one another. If you have an easy chair or a couch for someone to sit down. Otherwise, we'll be moving chairs to the hallway, and I don't know that we even have enough of that. And the thing is we just don't know how long that's gonna be. As soon as the winds stop with sustainability, then you'll be able to go back into your apartment.
sleeping bags are pretty good
I don't
too.
have one, but I'm on a floor with several dogs. Have you made preparations? Is there a room for them to
Yes.
take their dogs?
Yes, there is. The same as from the last storm.
A111.
A111, first floor. A111
Yeah,
in the
we'll
south.
communicate that because I know we changed one of them. So we'll communicate that to them before the.
Okay, so we're gonna have another follow-up meeting, especially for those on the 5th and the 4th floor.
What is A111?
The pet rest area, pets that need to go to the bathroom and can't go outside in this weather. Did I say that appropriately? Yes, ma'am.
I have a question about Wednesday. I completely forgot we have our vaccinations Wednesday. Are they gonna be moved up to Tuesday or back to Thursday?
We don't know, I'm sorry. Kelly has left for the day. We will call everybody that's signed up tomorrow and communicate that. I'm gonna have to lean towards it's probably going to be rescheduled. Although a lot of folks are mandatory evacuation, they're getting out of the state, or sheltering here. So let's assume it's canceled, otherwise we'll call everybody to confirm to come. So we'll do another follow-up tomorrow, call them all.
Quick question, what are we doing about housekeeping schedules? Are they going to be canceled?
I'm gonna assume after tomorrow, yes. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
mention,
Tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, you mentioned that tomorrow the main service is going to be canceled. The same thing for work orders. It's going to be critical. We're going to be working on it.
Thank you. So what we expect to happen if you require a meal, and I'm sorry Ricky's not here, so I can't say exact, but at least one hot meal will be delivered so that the power's out, especially people are not traveling up and down the stairs and the elevators. Anybody that was here for Irma, that's exactly what we did. We had a chain of people bringing water up the stairs and hand delivering a hot meal, and you know how Ricky is, he's gonna throw in a muffin and some fruit and something to get you through the day, okay?
I have a question. I have two questions. The stairwells do have lighting in them, correct?
Correct, emergency lighting.
Since we've only lived here for 2.5 years, what is the highest wind that this building has been through?
No, been through? I'm sorry, I don't know that.
Sorry.
What I can tell you is we did suffer a power loss in Irma for 12 hours. We delivered food, we delivered water, and luckily the weather was very pleasant outside, which could happen again. So a lot of folks were sitting outside, and we got through it just fine.
It's a pretty strong building, make out of brick all the way around. So I think it's just for prevention. We take people down from the fifth floor just to prevent.
Just
Evacuate, how much lead time do we have and how are we notified?
We will come door to door and we will say, it is now time for you to evacuate. So, have a bag packed, have your medicines handy, have your lantern, have just a bag ready to go, whether it's a light change of clothes and your slippers and your flip-flop, but get your medicine, your lantern, and a light change of clothes. It's like if any of us were living in a condo and we had in our homes, if I'm at home and I have a tornado warning, I've got a bag and an interior room and a shelter in place. Great.
I have a question. We're on the first floor, and our living room and bedroom windows are not hurricane windows. So we're sheltering in place. If the windows blow in, we contact you immediately? Or
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Make sure your lanai doors are closed all the time. If you have vinyl windows, make sure, because that helps prevent air going inside the building. So if you have lanai windows, please make sure your doors are closed.
And if something does happen, if a window pops out, the wind is strong, sometimes something might, it should not. If it does, immediately call the front desk. Immediately come into the hallway if the power's out. We will be there to assist. Don't wait. Please don't wait. Don't sit and wait till the next morning to let us know. We will all come to help clean up and move you.
Two quick questions. I have a rug on a glass in lanai. Does that need to be removed off of the lanai?
If you don't want it to get wet, roll it up. Yes.
Okay, it's like a
Yes.
8 by 10.
Yes.
I can get help with that.
Yes.
And the other thing, I'm assuming we don't need to check in with our buttons in the morning since we might not be
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Still check in, please.
Yeah, the check-ins.
I mean, we don't want an emergency to have happened overnight and not know about it, and so that's why this system still runs on the generator radio frequency. All right, so we'll continue to, yes, Mr. Portillo.
I have a question. I understand vacating the fifth floor, the because of the roof and all, but why the fourth floor?
Because it's the strength of the sustained winds and because of the architecture of the building with the lanais. This is a new mandate that came down after Hurricane Irma where it's just a new safety practice. You just sometimes cannot be too safe, and that was the new mandate by our owners.
So the hurricane windows that, like in our case, like a few other cases, they're very expensive to have installed and they're hurricane proof or hurricane glass.
Right. I mean,
Those could.
Yeah, the hurricane windows will handle the wind, we just want to prevent. We don't want any air filtration to the building and to be any more, we just want you guys to be safe. So it's our best partition just to bring the residents down.
I just, because we got big lanai with a whole bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah, no, the building is very good. You don't have no problem with wind breaking the windows or anything like that. You're gonna be okay, just
So
prevent.
those lanai, they're okay to leave?
Yeah, the lanais I think their windows are rated for 150 mile wind, so all the glass lanais should be okay.
Okay, thank you.
If we're ordered to go into the hallways and all, would it be a good idea to unplug our TVs and different things?
Yes.
We can get to them, we should unplug.
yes, if you can get to them, you know. If you can't,
Just turn them off.
right, right.
I just want to say one more thing about those hurricane windows and being on the 4th and 5th floor. So obviously the higher you go up, if we have sustained winds of 75 miles per hour, the higher you go up, obviously the faster those speeds are, right? And so if we do have an intrusion that comes in, a window does get blown out, you have a vacuum that is then created in those hallways. We've seen them up to 75, 100 mile per hour winds that are coming through those hallways on your floors on the 4th and 5th floor if we do happen to have a window that blows out or a door that blows out. So we just want to be very careful and mindful. That's why we do ask you to come down or go up, because obviously your safety is our number one priority. But those, if we do lose a window up so high, they do create vacuums. So we just want to make sure we're careful and proactive so we don't have things like that happen and debris and objects projectiling in the hallways.
So tomorrow is gonna be, work orders only for, emergency.
Yeah, emergency work orders, and we want to start moving all the electronics out of the line.
Right,
So
so all
please
the-
reach out with time, so we have enough time. We have 385 apartments, we want to make sure we help you move your electronics.
Or your front desk, let them know and they can let me know.
Tonight is gonna be fine. We're gonna start getting some bands of rain, but you'll be fine tonight. We'll continue sending out text-a-malls if we need to do a live meeting. Tuesday talk tomorrow. We have Tuesday talk tomorrow. You'll get another update. How's that? But lots of avenues. Keep your eyes on 732 if you have cable and power. All right? Call the front desk.
What's that app you were talking about?
Zello. Zello.
And you could just get it on your iPhone?
Yes.
Download the app and invite your family, and you can talk to each other. It's like a little walkie-talkie. You press the button and you talk. My sister lives in Ohio, and I can talk to her. But you gotta make sure your phone's charged.
I just want to do one last thing. We do have some staff members and some of our associates showing up already that might be in evacuation zone. Obviously, we are assisting, sheltering them in place. We want to make sure that they're here to provide support to our residents, for you guys. So you will see a lot of staff members starting to flow through. It seems like it's already doubled in size, and we're not even close to nearing the storm. So we will have a lot of staff members being on site. We want to create as little disruption to you guys as possible, but I wanted to give you a heads up that they are starting to make their way to the communities if they're in an evacuation zone. But they're here to take care of you and provide as little disruption as possible, but wanted to make sure you guys had an update. So.
All right, thank you.
Does the town hall have its own generator?
No. All right, folks, stay safe, get prepared, turn your lanterns on, get your batteries, call the front desk to move your electronics. Yes, yes. There will be bingo tonight. Bingo is on.